In this section, there's not a lot that you're going to need to use the calculator for, but it's good to make sure you understand how the order of operations works because that's probably the only way that you might run into any kind of issues. And what I'm thinking of is in terms of calculating midpoints. So when you're calculating midpoints, you have a frequency distribution, and that frequency distribution will have a set of classes. Each class will have a lower class limit and an upper class limit. And if you have those two values, you basically need to get the average of them in order to come up with the midpoint. So let's say hypothetically we have a frequency distribution with the first class, which starts at 15 and then it ends at, let's say, 25. All right, so we would need to figure out the midpoint there. Now, if it starts at 15 and ends at 25, in order to get the average, what we would need to do is add those two numbers together and divide by 2. The one thing you want to be careful of is this right here. If you type it in this way without use of parentheses, it will do the division of the 25 first and then add to the 15, giving you an incorrect response. So to fix this, what you need to do is make sure you have parentheses. Well, I meant to insert them. All right, parentheses. Let me try again. Parentheses 15 plus 25, and then close parentheses and divide by 2. And that way it'll ensure that the calculator knows from the order of operations to do the addition first and then divide by 2. Alternatively, you could just simply take the two numbers, add them together first, so get that result, and then when you press divide, what's kind of cool is it will take the last answer that was calculated, which is 40, and then divide by whatever you type in. So divide by 2, and there's another way to ensure you get the correct answer. The relative frequencies is really just a means of coming up with the division between two values. So as long as you know how to come up with the individual class frequencies, which let's say a class has a frequency of 14 and there's 37 items in the table altogether. All you have to do is divide those two numbers, and there's really not much you can run into in terms of errors that way, unless you aren't following the correct ways to round. But other than that, you should be all set for this section in terms of the calculator.